Can you see when we go live? I asked Beaster that last
Yes, it
week,
says live.
actually. It's going
It
live
says
now.
live. It says live in the left-hand corner.
Is it?
Mm, it says live.
Okay. Okay. Just waiting for this thing now to start up. Yes, 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 people. How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Top of the table settings, baby. And of course, there's only views in here. My G Bramster, the Mamster. What are you saying, my brother? How are you? You good?
I'm good. Good morning to the viewers. It's a good time to be, to be doing a pod Saturday morning. I know we're all excited. It's football today, so I'm happy to be here and welcome to all the viewers.
Love for the love. Look, pick up. Let me give some shout outs first and foremost. Allow me to wish Teroni's son a happy birthday. May he be blessed abundantly. First one, most and foremost, because he is a massive part of this channel. Secondly, congratulations on his engagement and happy birthday to him. It was his birthday yesterday as well. And yourself, Bramster, love for we reached 10K views in the week. So I would like to personally thank you. I know it's not easy listening to me, and I genuinely I can't appreciate the fact that you are a Spurs fan, but I appreciate the support that you, Ollie, Beast, Penny, everybody has given me over the period of time. Honey, Fanny Lintegier, LF Siegel, every other footballer that I have been on this channel with. So much love. I really appreciate it and thank you. And onwards and upwards, my bro.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, that's why we're here for the love of the game. We love the game, so we love talking about the game, and that's why we're here today.
Of course, of course. You know what? Let's get straight into it, man. You know what I mean? Let's get straight into it. Where do you want to start? You choose. You pick your poison. You decide where should we start. Should we start from last week, Arsenal, Liverpool? Let's dive into it. Should we start
Okay,
there?
let's ask you a question today.
Look,
Let's start because you're normally the one asking the questions.
okay,
So today, I think
of
I'm going
course.
to ask you the question. um, let's
Go
give
ahead.
let's give the viewers your views on. So, two questions. Um, Arsenal thus far from game one right up till today. I think it's game 11 today. What do you make of it? Um, what do you make of pre-season expectations to now? Are Arsenal overachieving? And then also, most influential player for you as an Arsenal fan thus far.
You know what? I knew you were gonna give me that question, my man. I knew you were gonna ask me such a anyway. Look, whatever made of it this season thus far, let me say straight up, we are not gonna be title contenders. We are not gonna contend for the league. Um, let me put that out straight up and just say it right then and there. As much as everyone wants us to challenge for the title, I look at it personally like this: City are flawless. You need to get maximum 90 plus points to basically top them. And look at the way Liverpool even ran with him. Because I personally believe, Bram, I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe it's my soft spot for Liverpool, as you can see with the flag on my left. But I personally believe it was City, Liverpool would have romped this league for a couple of seasons already. But just because at City are that good, the fact that the draw feels like a loss to them, I personally don't feel that we have the minerals to compete with him. So, to come to your question, before the season started, we needed to improve on last year. Right now, I will agree with you full on. We are overachieving. I will say that right now. They exceeding my expectations, but I do know that the league it's a different season this year. Anything can happen after that Cup. But to answer your question, we are overachieving. I still only want top four and a trophy. I still believe top four and a trophy. If Bram, by some miracle, we are still having this conversation in April and May, then by all means, we are in a title challenge. But for now, we just need to rack up as many points as possible. The Spurs result, good result. Nonetheless, Spurs are a good team. Same with Liverpool. Good team. They've always had the better of us over a couple of seasons. I am judging it now on these next three games coming now soon with in terms of Leeds, Southampton, and Nottingham Forest because you don't need to motivate a player to play Spurs. It's a derby. The crowd will get you up for that. You don't need to motivate a player for Liverpool. You know that. So I'm judging it on the next three games. My most influential player this season, I'm gonna go Saliba, and that's my bias outside of the window because I feel that he's improved that entire, he improved that whole backline, the way we play, everything just looks, it looks calm from where I am sitting and Saliba. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm waffling about it, bro.
No, look, I think like I said, you always the one posing the questions, and we tend to not hear from you from your point of view as an Arsenal fan. So I think it's hey Isidore, how are you, sir?
Mr. Bram, Mr. DVD, how you guys doing?
Good, man, good.
Big up,
Um,
my bro. How are you? You jumping on, man. You didn't even tell me you were coming on, my bro.
At the
yeah,
opening invitation, like you said, bruh. But like
is
I said, I
yeah.
was just thinking now, when last was I on the pod, David? Yes, this bruh. At the end of last season, right?
For real, bro. For real, my G.
You
Yeah. And
and about
Isidore's
it,
always the
But
one
you're
with
always welcome. You
that
know, this is an
sound
open
knowledge,
platform.
no?
You're always welcome.
Isidore
yeah,
always gives you that sound opinion that makes you really think
That
about, you
calming
know.
voice, man.
But yeah, let's throw the question to Isidore as well. Isidore, I hijacked the opening this morning from TV because I say he's always the one asking the question. So today I
yeah.
asked him the question. So just for you as a football fan, Arsenal, from game one to game 11, are Arsenal overachieving or are they deservedly sitting at the top? And then for you, Arsenal's most influential player this season so far.
Nah, bruh, Bram, Arsenal, like I told David, also perfect, bruh. You can't tell me no, they don't deserve to be on top. Arsenal is there because they play brilliant football. I've never seen Arsenal play like this before, to be honest with you. Since Klopp arrived, Martinelli for me has been brilliant. I think David can remember also my first pot on the first pot that I also previewed Arsenal Liverpool. I told him Martinelli is gonna be a superstar, and that is what he's currently doing. Klopp even said so
Yeah.
himself. So for me, look, beating Spurs in Liverpool, that tells you that he's setting the bar now straight. So it's gonna be an uphill battle now. I think it's gonna be between City and Arsenal for the title. To be honest,
Mm. No, I agree. My opinion is on the questions that I posed. Remember last year, David, and the viewers can cast back to last year. I said to you what was so impressive about Arsenal, this squad of players was
mm,
they would bounce back from terrible defeats. I mean, they were getting smashed when they played Liverpool and City last year. And the very next week, they would come back and they might not have won the next
True.
game, but their performance was on the front foot. They were just literally, as if they just believed in everything Arteta set out to do, and they believed in the bigger picture. And I think this season they're reaping the rewards of trusting and believing in what he tried to do. So I think the squad, that entire squad needs to be commended, for buying into to what he's trying to do. And then I think for me, most influential player as such is that I think Jesus has been Jesus. I mean, what he's doing here is what he's done at City.
yeah.
Um, I think the leadership of Odegaard, and his performances on the pitch has. I don't think Arsenal have had a leader. Um, for a while, I know Fabregas as a captain, he kind of put in these kind of performances, but I think the Arsenal haven't had a leader that has been able to step onto the field and lead the team with his performance. So I think Odegaard needs to take credit for what he has done at his young age,
Yeah,
um, and how he has continued to. I think that team just with him on the field, they kind of feel that he can turn a bit of magic on to create a chance. He might not be the final assist before the goal is scored, but it starts with him. He drives. He's innovative in the field, and I think his leadership has really um taken him to the level. So yeah, I think they are really. I don't think for some people it's a surprise. I think everybody else is just enjoying their football. Really,
yeah.
we're just enjoying watching Arsenal. I mean, I'm a rival. I hate
Uh,
them, but I admire them. I hate
yeah.
them, but I admire them.
Also, Bram, just to add on that, also, Xhaka for me also, yeah,
Yeah,
that Bra is not changed. I don't know about you, but for me, I know David slated man last season also.
yeah,
Ben White also as well, if you can remember. Yep.
yes,
But like I said, it's the same man. Like if your team is playing good, your players, individual players, will play good as well. You see, so the
mm,
energy is there at Arsenal, but my thing now is, are they gonna keep that same energy? Because now all of a sudden everybody's now saying now we are waiting now for this Arsenal versus City game, just to see where Arsenal is at this moment. Because look at if say for instance now, just imagine Arsenal win City at the Emirates or at the Etihad. What is that gonna do? It's gonna be all over like Leicester City again.
yeah,
Can you just imagine that? You see. But look,
Can I? Sorry, I don't
that,
know where you guys. I had to move closer to the Wi-Fi because the lounge is clearly not working. The laptop knows where home is. So, sorry for the break in transmission. But Isidore, I actually want.
mm,
I wish we could have played them. Actually,
yeah,
I think in given like the way we played them last season, you guys
mm,
remember we should have beaten them at the Emirates last year
oh
already.
my bro,
If it
you guys were
wasn't
up.
for that red card and that penalty.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
you
would have
guys were up.
liked to play them now, right now, while we are in this good moment, just to see
Exactly.
where we are. I'm not saying we're gonna contend for the league,
Yeah.
but I would have liked to see how Saliba is gonna deal with Haaland. Number
Mm.
one, how is Partey, Xhaka playing in that advanced role, going to deal with maybe a De Bruyne, that type of thing. But I don't know. How do you
Mm.
guys feel about it? I would have liked to see that game, honestly.
That, to be honest, David, I also wanted to see that game because you see, I always say a test for any team now is when you play against the big teams. Now look at the like the example now for Brighton. Brighton's played well against Liverpool, but then all of a sudden, what is Brighton doing now? Now they're losing, losing, losing. So it's almost like they only want to play the big teams, and I don't like that. You need to play
Mm.
each and every team like on a match day. So, have that same energy. Play against
They lost last
oh
night, no? They lost last night.
yeah, they
yeah.
lost
They
last night
lost. They
also.
lost. They
Who knows?
lost last night.
But look, David, coming back to what you asked me now, I also wanted to see that game. Like I told Bremna also, Zaka for me, you slayed him last season. Look at that, but now I don't know if he got bewitched or what, or what.
Ah, that's not Granit Xhaka, my bro. Ah, that's not
Yeah,
Granit Xhaka, my
yeah,
bro.
exactly. It's something something it was thrown into his drinks. Maybe I don't know what, but that guy is now on a whole different level, maybe. Bro. But he's scoring goals also. He's playing in a more advanced as well. But yeah, look for Arsenal now. No, like I told you on the WhatsApp also, it's good. It's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, and that is also
Yeah,
what I've been saying to my friends as well for the last 5 seasons. It's good to be a Liverpool fan, but you see the thing is, you cannot be in only good for the team when they're doing good, but when they're not doing good, you need to be there as well. So it's the same
Of
energy
course.
like Bram. I think Bram told Oli. I hope you're gonna have the same energy when you guys lose, then you're gonna have that same what spreading of Wits and all of that stuff and all of that. But
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys, bro. I'm happy for you guys.
Look, just
Look,
on the Zaka
let's
thing.
see.
On the Zaka point. I think it was out on here on the rates table during last year, and I said it once where I would take Granit Xhaka at Spurs. I always thought that he was a very good player. He was just, I think he tried too much to impress the fans. I think when he came, he had the reputation of a tough guy in the middle of the park, and I think he got lost in what the expectations of him was. I saw a thing last night, an
Sorry
interview.
to break your word.
Yep, yep.
Sorry to break your word. Do you think that's the role that he's playing right now? Because he's playing a similar role to what he plays at Switzerland. Do you think it's the role?
I think it's
No,
around.
I don't. In my opinion, I don't think it's the role that he's playing. I think it's the fact that the whole I don't want to be here. I don't want to play for Arsenal. I want to leave, etc., etc. And that I saw a documentary, a short interview that they had with him, and he said he was wanted to go. He was gone. He was gone.
Hmm.
And uh, Arteta discussion just before he left, or he was about to sign it. And Arteta, in fact, intervened and had a chat with him, and he turned around and he was told they're going to take the captaincy from him.
Mm,
And he was asked, "Do you see yourself walking away like this and being remembered in England for this type of person?" And he said, "No." His heart was never in leaving Arsenal. His emotions were that he can't take it anymore, but his heart was to stay here. And I think now that he's not the captain. He, I think Arteta told him, "You don't need to win the fans over. Win me over." And I
mm,
think he's bought into the philosophy of I'm playing for the coach. If I play for the coach, the fans will see it. And I think that he's what the role maybe has a small percentage in it helps him now, but I think it's just more of the state of mind that he's in, the environment that Arteta's created, and I think that like I don't know if you missed it, Devi. My most influential player for Arsenal is Odegaard, the captain. His leadership. Um, you can only compare his leadership if he wins a trophy like Vieira did. But I think since Vieira, then Fabregas was, for me, was the last influential player that influenced the team. Odegaard for me really is that presence on that team. Um, even if he has a bad game, I think just him being on the field, being being there, um,
Okay.
big
I'm gonna
big
politely
big.
disagree with you. Why? Why do you say Odegaard? Because I don't see a leader in him. I see more of a leader in Xhaka than what he is. Why?
mm.
Xhaka had the captain's armband, but the players looked at because in that documentary last night they showed all these bad things, the red cards, the
Hmm.
squabbles, the getting involved in petty arguments, the sort of undisciplined things that you wouldn't see captains of other teams doing. Big club, Arsenal's a massive club, so big club captains won't behave the way he was behaving. I mean, Roy Keane used to get sent off, but he was a leader. His presence in that team, he
Hmm.
didn't allow others to take liberties with players. Xhaka wanted to do that. And I think the Arsenal players are looking at the steady head. Odegaard is a steady head, a calming steady head. He might not be as vocal as other captains, as the John
That's what. That's
Terry's
the
or
thing.
the
What I was saying.
Vieira's.
Like you watch the
He's not
documentary, he doesn't.
vocal.
He hardly even spoke in the documentary, my bro.
He's
He
not
Yeah.
hardly
vocal,
ever speaks.
you know. But he's not a Jordan Henderson, right? Odegaard takes care of his game. Odegaard takes care of his role. Odegaard is disciplined in what he needs to do, right? So we don't see the ins and outs of how vocal is he in the team. We don't see how behind the scenes his leadership style. But I think players probably responded to he's the most gifted of the midfielders. He can turn nothing into something. He's always the architect, not maybe the end assist, but the architect in everything that happens that's good in the Arsenal build-ups.
Hmm.
And he
Hmm.
pops up with important goals. So I think that in itself is his leadership qualities and styles, because I think often we look at the leader must be the Gerards, the Vieiras. Often people say Gerard wasn't the most vocal player either as a leader. He wasn't, right? But when he spoke, you listened.
Bram, I
right?
also
So
want to
yeah,
sorry to cut your word. I just want to say to Devi as well. The difference in Xhaka that I see also now. Look at the togetherness. You see, when every time when Arsenal go score a goal, what do? They go into a circle. Then
He's
who's
yeah,
the
speaking?
one that brings the
Xhaka is
idol in.
speaking.
I feel
You see?
that.
Exactly. Now
yeah,
that is what why I say his leadership for me this season. He's a totally different player. He's now scoring goals also. He's talking on the field also. I don't know if he's second in charge or whatever, but that for me, Zaka to me so far brilliant.
yeah. But I think
Nah,
maybe it's the title,
big
the
up,
weight,
Saka,
maybe
big up, Ben White.
yeah,
Yeah, Ben
maybe
White
the
also.
weight, the weight of captain. I mean, it's
Mm,
easy for him to go in the huddle and speak, right? But maybe Odegaard feels I don't need to speak. You talk, right?
Mm,
You talk.
true.
I will continue to lead and delegate you to that. But my performance will lead this team. And I think that there's no title on Zach anymore of being the leader. But I think Odegaard for me, because with all of this football, you still need a character and a leader to guide this. And I think
Mm.
his leadership qualities are going to be tested if Arsenal take it up. I can't see it in the next three games. I think you're gonna. I don't see Arsenal dropping points in this next three games.
who they play?
I hope you're right. I hope you're right,
Southampton,
my
Leeds,
bro.
and
But let's
Forest.
come.
Mm.
Yeah, we've spoken for 20 minutes about Arsenal. That's a bit too much for my liking. Let's come on the opposite side before we come to to Spurs. Isidore, what have you made of Liverpool this season? I don't know. My personal opinion. I personally feel that a rebuild is needed in midfield,
Mm.
especially
Yeah,
because what made Liverpool that exciting team that they've always been is they had the energy in midfield. If I look at
exactly.
it right now, Fabinho's stinking out the place. Henderson is
Mm.
not; his legs are gone. Van Dijk is a couple of years older. That's
Mm-hmm.
my personal opinion. You know your team better than what I do. So speak to me. How do you feel about it? What have you made and where do you think you guys are going wrong? Where should you improve?
Look, I would agree with you. And I said this on the pod when you guys had the Haaland versus Nunes. I said in the comments that Liverpool cannot say the transfer business is done because I I saw already last season at the end of last season because people are thinking yeah this blip about Trent Alexander started now that Liverpool conceding first now no it started last season already at the back end of last
Mm,
season. I can take you back to the City game. I can take you back to the Southampton game. I can take you back to the Wolves game, the Real Madrid game.
mm,
From the start of the season, also Liverpool has conceded first. Besides now the Bournemouth game where they won 9-0. But David, to tell you the truth, from the start of the season when we won the Community Shield, good start, brilliant. I thought, okay, here we go. We off to a good start. We got the trophy in the back. Let's go continue. Then come Fulham. All of a sudden, we got rolled over. I don't know what happened there. 2-2. Van Dijk all over the place. A midfield all over the place. Trent Alexander. I don't know if you are still on vacation or whatever. Then also that you mentioned as well, Fabinho. Yes, he also has been a liability as well, because I don't know if it's the work right that is something wrong, or if he's running out of space or breath or whatever. I don't know. But also, as you mentioned as well, the midfield. I wanted. I also told you. Think you and Bram also had a podcast. I said we can get Tillemans. Why did nobody go for
mm.
Tillemans? He's
Exactly.
perfect, perfect. He can play various positions, 6, 8, and a 10.
Mm,
What is he still doing Leicester? Liverpool could have gone to Leicester 20 million. They would have done business. But the thing is, but what makes me angry is Klopp said already 4 times before the transfer window, the team is fine. The team is fine. The team is fine. The team is not fine. I can see.
mm.
I'm sitting at home and watching the game. The team is not fine.
Exactly. I'm
Now the thing
glad
is,
you said that. Big up to you. I'm glad you said that, Isidore. Really.
now you
We
see,
can all
the
see
thing.
it.
Yeah. Now the thing is that I also do understand Klopp cannot say what we're saying. You see, David. You see, better. Also,
Yeah.
the other thing is when Klopp always defends his team, and Klopp, I like that. You must defend your players. But my thing is, look at the Arsenal game, Davy. The second goal. Oh my word! I thought that goal, Henderson got Martinelli, got him.
Yeah. Why did Trent
Good,
have to
good,
come
good.
over?
What? I, also, only in the WhatsApp group even said that. Why did he go up? Because I when Trent went to the other side, I saw that. Oh my word! There the goal comes. Just like that. You see, the thing for me is that's why I say Trent Trent doesn't know when to go in for a player. He doesn't know when to commit. He doesn't know when to back off. That is the problem with him currently. And also, I told my other friend also. I think he must cut his hair also. I think that is could also be the problem as well. The dreadlocks. I don't know why he got that. But anyway, that is his personality. That is his thing. But I just think, man, I would say that in attack is good, brilliant. Free kicks, whatever, is good.
Hmm.
But defending wise, ah. But also, Ben David, I don't know if you and Bram played soccer. I don't know. Did you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Now
Sure.
you see, my coach always told me, okay, if you play in the back line, doesn't matter if it's center back, left back, or right back, that ball must not bounce when it comes in the air.
Of
You
course.
need to,
100%. No bounce,
you
man.
need
Here. No bounce.
there
You
we go.
know, no bounce. Don't let the
There
ball
we go.
bounce.
Because you see, the thing is, the moment the ball bounce, what happens? You look up again, and then you don't know who is coming on the left hand side or right hand side.
Hmm.
Now, you see, the thing is, that is what is currently happening with Liverpool. Liverpool defenders doesn't know what to do, and it does include the midfield as well. You see the two goals against Brighton. The first goal, Henderson. Before it came to train, Henderson should have challenged that ball because the ball was in the air. What did Henderson go do? He went up, but he turned his back. That is was now lazy, man. So the
Hmm.
ball went out to Trossard. Trossard just one touch, two touch, go. Trent is on the floor. The second one again, what happened? Trent go chase the ball. He go chase the ball, but the ball bounced. It's almost like a bouncing castle bounce back to the into field. What happened? there, there they go again. There they go again. So you see that is our season in a nutshell, Davy and Brian. It's up and down. You don't know like on Sunday's game, everybody's now saying, okay, we can maybe try and win City or get the point. To be honest with you, that as I'm sitting here now, Davy, I can't see that. And look here, I'm being a realist.
I'm telling you. I'm telling
I'm
you.
being
You're
a
gonna get
realist.
something out of that game. You guys are gonna rock them. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
And
You guys are gonna rock them.
look, I also think that as well. Look, a draw for me would be perfect because I saw the fixtures after this. It's West Ham. I think it's Norwich also included there somewhere. I think we're playing
Hmm.
Spurs somewhere in November. I don't know if Bram can check that quickly.
Yeah,
But
it is
but
in November.
that's it. Now, so you see, after this, if we can get the draw on Sunday, I would say it would be a positive result. But then we also need to go from there and build up to the
True.
into the next 3 or 5 games, whatever we got. But yeah, but for
Fair
me,
enough. Bram, what have
but
you made of Liverpool this season, my bro? You awfully quiet. I didn't even come on to Spurs yet, but I am gonna come there because it's going into the Champions League segue as well. What have you made of it? Like, it feels weird for me to be speaking like this about Liverpool. How do you feel about it?
Look for me, Liverpool. I don't think that they are in a terrible space. I think it's just been. I think the worst thing for them is a loss of form through their most influential players. You can understand if your bit part players were at a loss of form, right?
Hmm.
But their spine, barring Ellison, who's done well, Van
mm,
Dijk, Fabinho, and I think also what was a huge factor is that Mane being sold, Nunes getting sent off, Jota getting injured. Um,
Mm.
we can't ignore the disruptions. You know, a lot of the noise is United fans. United fans make a lot of noise about Liverpool
Mm.
demise, and you know, and now it's like fans of all clubs are jumping on the bandwagon. But let's be realistic. Loss of form is loss of form. It's different if people are injured and you're waiting for them to come back. Liverpool players are there. The
Yeah.
people that just influential and they've lost form. And I'll stick by this and I say it again. Salah scores goals. All of a sudden, people's opinion of Liverpool changes. Salah's not scoring goals. They're not winning games.
Mm.
And now it's a case of they are finished. It's Klopp 7-year curse. There's this and there's that and it's Trent. Trent has been a poor defender ever since he started playing in the Liverpool
Mm.
first team. Right? We've seen that for many years, and I've always said Joel Matip has bailed him out often. Often.
Mm.
I had this massive argument with Liverpool fans months ago where people were saying, why don't Liverpool play 3-5-2? Liverpool have been playing 3-5-2 ever since Klopp was there.
Yeah.
Trent and
True.
Robertson were playing as wide wing
Yeah,
backs.
as
His third
wing as
defender,
wingers, yeah.
his third defender was either Henderson or
Over Pino.
Fabinho, who drops into the middle. Matip moves to the right, Van Dijk moves to the left. And whenever the ball was played in behind Trent, guess who cleaned it up?
Matip.
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 Now people are saying Klopp was stubborn, he needs to change his tactics. Klopp's not going to tell you I've been playing 3-5-2 all the
Mm.
time. He's not
Mm.
going to tell you that. He's going to tell you I play 4-4-2. He doesn't. Or
Mm.
4-5-1 or 4-3-3. He doesn't. Now teams have clocked on. I clocked onto this in the Community Shield game, Liverpool City. Was it 2018, 2017? The Community Shield game. Aguero was at City, and from the first whistle, all City did was punt the ball in behind Trent. Right? But Liverpool were
Mm.
at the
I
top
remember.
in
What
that
didn't that
period.
one go to penalties, Bram?
Summing to that, City
Mm.
won the game. Or, no, Liverpool won. Liverpool won. But you could see Pep picked it up then already. This is this is where Liverpool's weakness is.
Mm. Yeah.
Even though if you look at the game, Spurs Liverpool, all the games, it's always been tight. We've
Yeah.
always taken you far.
Mm.
I, and I'm going to yeah, I'm going to pat my team on the back. I think we've exposed more weaknesses in Liverpool than any other team.
Mm. You
Now Spurs.
have.
Klopp's
You
time.
have.
Yeah.
We
You
have
have.
exposed
You
weaknesses. We might not
literally
have
have.
won
I'm
the
not gonna lie.
game because of the alcoholic in goal that always gives Liverpool the 3 points. But we've exposed more weaknesses. And Son
Mm.
Yeah.
has always given Trent a hard time because he's got all the space in the world. With
Exactly.
Kane there, Matip and Van Dijk were very worried going one-on-one with Kane. So the game is tight. You know, Liverpool's not
Mm.
running away with the game.
Yeah.
The last time you smashed us. Suarez was playing for you. I think you beat us 5-0 at home.
Mm. White Lane. Yeah.
Suarez, yeah, you beat us 5-0. And I think teams have now clocked on to the fact that don't try and play through Liverpool's midfield.
Mm.
Mm.
Um, just get in behind the fullbacks and expose him. So I think it's Klopp for me. Two things. I don't think he's developed Trent
Mm.
at all. Um, Trent hasn't gotten better as a defender. I mean, you can't make him a defender at his age. I mean, he's a pro football player playing international football, earning a lot of money.
Yeah.
So Klopp's job is not to. But I mean, he could have worked with him. You know, worked on
Mm.
his defensive frailties. Klopp hasn't. Klopp has been stubborn and ignorant in doing that. Comparison with him to Pep. Pep knew City had to change their style of football.
Mm.
Mm.
Pep knew teams were going to clock on. Spurs beat me now 3 years in a row, 4, 5 years in a row. Different managers, same core players. People are going to clock on to how do you combat Man City.
Yeah.
So what did he do? He signs a striker, one of the best in the world, if not the best currently today. I think he is the
Yeah.
best in the world now.
Nah,
But
he's
there's
the
a
best right now.
different dynamic of striker.
Mm.
Klopp, Pep then changes their way that they play football now today. They can still go back to their normal style, but he knew it is time to reshuffle and juggle and be innovative in my style of football. Right?
But you see, Bram,
Klopp
that is
hasn't changed. Klopp hasn't changed. Klopp is
yeah.
still playing. Get the ball as quickly as possible to the front, and we play from there. What teams are now doing is, because allows or form, I mean, people have you ever seen Salah being one on one with defenders? Today
Mm,
in today's football, it was always 2 on 1. You know,
yeah.
Tomiyasu ate him alive, bro. Tomiyasu ate him
today
alive last
people
week.
Mm,
today people are kind of just going one on one with Salah. They're going one on one with Salah and
yeah.
just cover the rest of the field. So for
But
me, I mean, Klopp, Klopp, sorry, Sado. Klopp needs to take a lot of accountability for it. But I do think Jota now coming back. You saw glimpses of Liverpool slightly coming back to their best, and they're creating more off chances than most other teams. Take your chances. It changes. Why do I make that statement? Spurs. Take Kane's goals away. We would just be an average mid-table 8th, ninth place team. We are third in the league because of him.
yeah.
Mm.
But check your Bram also. I think Sir Alex Ferguson also said the same thing about United. What did he do when United went through like a slump? You need to refresh your team every 4 years.
That's the thing.
Maybe,
Is it also to break a word? Do you think he
Yeah.
can rebuild the squad because he hasn't done it at Mainz, he hasn't done it at Dortmund, and you've given him a 4-year contract last
yeah.
season? Do you think he can actually rebuild, and where should he rebuild?
Look, he rebuilt it already. Look, Allison, he's got Keller on the bench. That is the replacement. But the thing for me is, I think somebody also said this to me as well the last time. Liverpool doesn't have competition in their team. So it takes me back to when Rafa era, when Pep
That's a
when Pep
very, very good point,
when
bro.
uh, when Pep was Liverpool's goalkeeper. David, I don't know, I don't know if you can
Pepe
remember. I
Reina.
think it was Pepe Reina, yeah, and it was against Arsenal. Was the opening game at Anfield. What did Robert Perez do? He at the ball came over, he on the inside of the foot near post. What did Pepe Reina do? The ball went in 1-1. It was the last minute goal. And the thing is, that was a howler. That was one of the howlers that Pep um, was with errors. Same as Bram said about Loris. The thing is, there's no competition, and he knew he can make errors every week. He's still gonna get i-
Mm.
getting to
You can
go
get played,
and
yeah.
all of that. He's gonna play every time. So you see, for me is you see David and Bram. This is two things that I always say. Is it Klopp that's stubborn, number one, or is it the owners that doesn't want to back Klopp? You see,
That's the thing. That's
now,
the thing what I wanted to ask you actually. That's the
now,
question I'm coming to actually.
now you see the thing is we as fans can say, look, yeah, but they're not backing Klopp. But the thing for me is, what you must also remember is they got Mohamed Salah up the contract last season. They also currently throwing money to rebuilding the stadium or to add more space or whatever at the stadium, whatever they're doing. But my thing now is, now I don't know if Klopp is suffering about that now with the lack of funds being available. But the thing is, he needs to next. But you see now, David. Now this is the other thing also that is so frustrating to me as well. They talk about Bellamy, Jude Bellamy the whole time. Next season, 130 mil they want to spend for him also. Jude Bellamy is one player for 130 mil. Is that gonna be possible? You see, that is the other thing also.
True.
And also that
True. Look,
you must,
sorry to laugh. I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. I'm laughing at this guy here. Welcome, Ollie. How are you, my G? Look at the man's caption, man. Insult me. My guy.
Ah,
How are you, my brother? Are you good?
all right, but I'm just loving it. Yeah, I'm not feeling well, man.
Yeah, you sound a bit over. Love for jumping on. What have you made of the discussions thus far? Tell me how you feel about it. How you feel? Talk to me. Talk to me.
What discussions? I just came on the show now. I didn't even watch the show.
You didn't even watch. Yo, you know,
Nah, I
if
just,
you weren't
I
my
just
friend, I
came,
would have sworn at you now.
nah, I just came on to see what's happening. Man. Give me my
Okay,
10
now,
minutes on. Give me my
but
10 minutes.
love for jumping on, love for jumping on. Look, let's come into the segue. Isidore has given his thoughts about Liverpool. I've given my thoughts about Arsenal. I think we we should actually start with you, Ollie. Everybody talks about Salah. Everybody talks about Havertz. Everybody talks about Pepe. You made a bold statement about Jadon Sancho. When are we going to start asking questions about Jadon
Good
Sancho?
Lord. Good
Oh,
Lord. Here we go. Good Lord, Debbie. What have you started?
Uh, you see
Guy,
now,
what the
you
guy?
see
The
now,
man said he's going to be here
you
for
see now,
most
you
of
want to
10 minutes.
insult
I
me.
need to get the best out of him.
You see, you want to insult me, bruh. Nah, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Nicholas,
You
the
look at
Nicholas,
look
he's
at your name, bro. Come
The
on, man.
Nicholas Pepe, the Nicholas Pepe of Manchester.
good way of putting it, Bram. That's a perfect
Didn't
Uh,
he say that's the one of gonna be one of the best wingers in the world? When do
Quote,
we start asking?
let's quote this statement. He is one of the best wingers in the world.
it could be
What
his
That's
world?
what
potential
he.
too.
I remember when he said because I was there when he said it.
He
Ollie,
has the
let's talk
potential.
about it.
He has the potential to do it.
God.
Now you
now the
didn't
Now,
word
say
like,
nothing
potential
about
come in.
potential, Ollie.
like, I, look in football in general. Whether you are 5 years old or 12 years old or 19 or 21, um, everyone has a different way of developing. Everyone finds themselves in a different, it's mental state at clubs or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Fact.
Obviously, I know what I said, but if you look at it, you need to ask the questions like, what's happening? Like, as have yeah, as the whole preseason is been consistent, and the season starts. He has a good game. I think he also had a good game against Liverpool as well. And then I don't know, but ever since I actually look at it, I think ever since Anthony came, I'm 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 not sure. Like ever since Anthony came, his form dropped. Because that was his first consistent game since preseason. Because remember when Chance was bought, he never had a preseason. So he had a consistent preseason, the whole preseason, and then he took that form into the league. And then yeah, like obviously, like yeah, I'm not sure, man. Like it's United has been up and down, and I don't think even if you look at a player like Martinez, right, who people would say is consistent, he's also had a bit of a few off games. So I don't think United actually has had like a player who's been consistent. I think the only consistent player they would have had would have been Marcel, but he's been injured the whole time. Every time he comes back, he's our top goal scorer. I mean that's it, and he's the most injured player. So I think we can't just blame Sancho. I think I think you honestly like. I hope he gets his form where I think he will. The ability what I know he has, I really hope he gets his form. So I think in the next month or two, when United start getting consistency and picking up more points, I think you will see more of him. But also with not being picked for the World Cup and for the games before to carry out against games, it does something to a player. I think also if you play well and then you see wingers that are picked ahead of you, and now you think to yourself, okay, cool, okay, so what if I do get picked for the World Cup? How do you expect a guy like that just to perform if a coach has been leaving you out the whole time? Do you understand? So I think it's a lot of thing. I think people are quick to jump on a boat and say this and that about a player, and yeah, banter's banter, but we have to look at it deeply and we have to understand, like, obviously, like it. Everyone can see he's got the potential. Everyone can see how good he can be. That's a given. But United itself has not been consistent as a team, and also we haven't had consistent players. So it's quick to just blame a player for that. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not going to jump on that horse.
Can I ask you a
Look,
question?
you know
Can I
what?
ask you a
That
question?
go
Can I just
ahead.
ask you a
Ask him a
question? Can
question.
I just ask you a
I'm
question?
gonna get my
Okay.
answer
Banter aside,
quickly.
banter aside now. Okay. Listen, I didn't look at it. When you made a point, you made a valid point. Now he was signed, brought in, supposed to be the new. Hello, Amit. Firstly, we're just talking here. We never said hello to
Nah,
him.
bro.
Um,
Sorry, I didn't see someone pop
you
up there.
know, he was brought in, signed last year, and United then go and sign Anthony. Okay, slap in the face, slap in the face because it's also big money signing, right?
Mm.
Yeah, and also more,
Then,
and Ronaldo
then,
also
then,
still there.
then okay, but Ronaldo's in a different position. So we're talking about his position as a right winger, right? Now, just correct me quickly. Was he injured at the start of the season, Sancho, or has he
No,
lost his place to Anthony
of this season.
this season? Now.
no, it
No,
wasn't injured.
no.
No, he
But
wasn't.
Anthony,
I'm not sure.
but I think Sancho was playing on the right, and Anthony was playing on the left, and Martial,
No,
and then
Anthony's only
Rashford was
played
playing
on the
striker.
no. Anthony's only played on the right hand side for you ever since day
Sorry,
one when he
on the
came. He's
right.
played on the
And
right.
correct. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah.
So Sancho only played on the left because of Rashford's injury. So
Mm,
what the point that I'm making is he strikes me very much of the same Dele Alli type of mindset, type of character, type of
Yeah,
entitlement,
possible. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Same
possible.
entitlement because here's the thing: he's had a preseason. Ten Hag brings in Anthony.
Anthony.
If he was really up to scratch, would Anthony not have started on the bench?
Mm.
Because he also
100%.
brought in Casemiro, who
Mm,
started on the bench to find his way into English football. Yet he brings
Yeah,
in
mm,
Anthony. Sancho is
Mm.
fully fit, supposedly,
mm,
and he then plays him over Sancho. So,
mm.
so is it is we've got to look at those kind of things. Yes, the signing of Anthony might be a slap in his face. You
yeah,
brought me here for 75 million. You go and spend the same amount, if not more, and bring him in. Not a problem. But then why is he not coming from the bench to replace me? Anthony was signed the Thursday, started the Sunday. The Sunday was his first game, wasn't it? Was
yeah,
it
against
Yeah,
the
Arsenal.
but Sancho started with him as well.
And
Sancho's
scored,
playing on the
Bram.
other
What
wing.
you think?
They started together. They played against Arsenal together.
Sancho. But Bram,
they started together and then
yeah,
he
but
was
Bram,
vacated out
look,
of the
sorry to
team.
break your word. Anthony has
Yeah,
been doing the business, bro.
Yeah,
I know,
Yeah,
but
he's been doing the
I
business.
know.
His
But I'm saying,
output
Davy,
in
is
terms of goals.
what I'm saying is if Sancho was worth his weight in gold, would Anthony have replaced him or would he have had to have been integrated into the United side slowly, like Casemiro was integrated slowly into the United team? Casemiro didn't come and displace the midfielders. He sat on the bench with Fred. McTominay still played
Mm.
because maybe
After they
McTominay's
were doing well
mindset,
then.
effort,
Mm.
and just all around in training is different to Sancho. That's why Sancho
Yeah,
doesn't
of
play
course.
now.
That's definitely what it is. That's how I'm talking about the
So
mental aspect of the goal.
I'm just posing the question to
Mm.
everybody in the panel. Do you think that that could be the reason? We understand that it's a slap in his face. You brought
It's
somebody else in.
definitely.
But should he then not have made Ten Hag's decision difficult
Mm.
mm,
to play Anthony above him, like the others have
Mm.
done, made it difficult to
Of
just
course.
bring Casemiro
Agreed.
straight into the
yeah.
team?
But check here,
Yeah.
Bram. Also, what you must
Agreed.
remember now is
Before we get on, I just want to welcome our Barcelona guest. Welcome, Ahmad. How are you, my G?
Ahmed. You are mute
I'm
or
You
it's on
on
mute.
mute, my bro. You on mute, my G. You on mute, my brother.
or mute.
It happens if you support Barcelona.
Let's hear Ahmed's views.
We're gonna come to that. Don't worry. We're coming to them. Don't worry. I have some nice questions I want to ask him. You on mute, Ahmad?
Can you hear me now?
We can't hear you.
Yeah,
There we
there we
go.
go.
There we go.
Okay. Apologies.
Now we can hear you loud and clear. What is that green thing?
I'm having
How are
some
you, my brother? You good?
good, and yourself.
I'm well, my brother. If I see you, I'm always well. I'm there, my guy. We're gonna come to Barcelona. We're chatting Jadon Sancho. Don't worry. I have a couple of questions that I wanna ask you actually.
Oh,
I know I said I would send you the questions, but there's a reason why because I don't want you to prepare because you are a guy that's always well prepared, but love for jumping on. But just before we close on Manchester United, Ollie, any response to what Bram has said? Because I think you both have honestly made some
No, he's
valuable
100%.
points.
No, he's 100% right. It's definitely that because it's not just Sancho. I think you see it now in modern day football as well. The players, I don't know, man. That's why I say like I feel like a lot of young good players are gonna peak very early and they'll have like shorter careers. Because they're not mentally they mentally challenged all the time and they just can't keep up with it. And you would think like in modern times of football, there was this. I'm sure they are like doctors and psychologists and whatever in the background. We are aware of that, but I mean like, why are these players still not not getting there. So it's a big question, and I think also that's to do with giving them all this bloody money.
Ollie, can I ask you a
It's a lot of
question?
it's a lot of
Ollie,
things. Yeah.
Ollie, sorry to break your word. Sorry. Can I ask you a question? You are a coach yourself, and you watch the modern day game. Do you think it's a issue with players not adapting to the modern game and they need to be more versatile, or what do you think it is? Because
I don't I, I,
let's
don't-
be
I don't think
honest,
it's got
I
anything to do
think
with it.
Wan Bissaka would
Yeah.
have been a brilliant right back 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's got anything to do with the player's ability. I think you must be stupid or uneducated if you must like um say a player in the Premier League is whack or whatever. Like, yeah, banter aside, I mean, you're in the biggest league in the world, and,
Stupid
and
and
people want
uneducated.
to. I think it's definitely not the ability thing. I think it's definitely a mental thing.
Okay.
And times has changed. We can see it now, and
True.
I think back then football transitioned very slowly. So players could
Mm.
play the same system for quite a long time, or players could be the exact same way for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But now, like, you need to, and that's why I respect Arteta, because I think he constantly challenges players' mindset and he constantly implements new things. And as a coach, you have to do that with because a modern day player, they want new things all the time. You can't just let them do one thing the whole time. They want to change, they want to be challenged, they want to, and then you get players that have that coaching but just can't keep up with it. It's like a light in school, you give everyone the same education, but he's just a bit slower than the rest. And that's basically how it works. I think it's
Mm.
definitely not an ability thing, it's definitely a mental thing. And yeah, some players just like, I mean, also, the Bram said Dele Alli early on, and Dele Alli is a great example. I mean, we all see the sort of prospect, we all saw what he could be. And I think a lot of players now, the next 10 years, is going to end up like Dele Alli because of the exact same reasons.
Mm. I couldn't
And
have
it's
said
very
it
sad.
any better. Wow, that
Yeah.
gee was
Good
what a
Okay,
point.
Ollie,
well,
What
I
a
well
just
said,
want
Ollie.
to I just want to ask a question to Ollie there. Now, since Martial is out, do you think Sancho will now start and Rashford move to the middle?
No, I think Ten Hag is going to give it a Ronaldo a couple of games. Now I think he's I think Ronaldo kind of.
mm.
I think and I honestly, I knew Ronaldo would start against Europa, and I think you see, if you do this with Ronaldo, bench start, bench start, bench start, it's not good. Like, it's not good for a player like that. So
Mm.
let him play again. He's going to be at Old Trafford again. Maybe he'll get a goal against Newcastle. Look, Newcastle's going to be tough, bro. I'm scared. Like, I won't lie
Yeah,
to you. They're going to be tough to
I
Yeah,
play
you're
think
gonna
against.
move
so.
Newcastle away,
Because
man.
they're one of the most consistent teams in the league at the moment, and people are not talking about them,
Ah,
but
but
they
United at
fucking
Old
good. They've
Trafford,
got a
bro. Have you
well-oiled
ever
machine,
lost?
you
Besides
know.
Brighton, have you lost the
Um,
game at Old Trafford this season, my bro?
I think
no,
it's gonna be.
No.
no. No, but yeah, like Bram will said, like, yeah, Tottenham is not playing beautiful football, but I always tell him, yeah, well, take it to 3 points. The 3 points is the one that's gonna.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, if you
I'm
ask
scared
me,
of
what do I
United.
Exactly.
choose?
And a perfect.
Yeah, if I would choose between beautiful soccer and 3 points, well, definitely 3 points. But yeah, we're playing beautiful football. We're giving you
I
beautiful
take the
moments,
points, bro.
but we're struggling to score goals, like
Yeah.
especially on Thursday. So on tomorrow, honestly, I almost can't see United win. I don't know why, but like I see like a draw or something. But it's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight.
I
I'm
think
scared of
I'm gonna
United. I'll be honest
disagree
with
with
you.
you there. I think you guys are
I'm
gonna
I'm
win.
scared of I'm scared of this United team, what they are developing into. I'll be honest.
Mm,
Um,
that is
Mm.
true.
I can't
Me
see my
also.
I
Me
team
as well.
beating.
United and Chelsea,
I'm
actually.
I'm a little
Mm.
I
bit
just feel
weary of United.
I just feel
They
Newcastle
got a,
gonna
they
do
got a, they
something.
got a tactical manager now behind them. They
Mm.
got the right man in charge, and he's got the right people that is with him. And that's the difference
Mm.
between, like, if Oli, for example, was, let's say, Ten Hag's assistant a few years, right? But he's never been really someone's assistant. If you think about it,
You just
Oli would
jumped
have
into
done
the
really
role.
well if he had the right people next to him. You understand? But he didn't. Ten Hag, he's got his own shit there. He's there. I bring my people. I bring my players. So if a coach can have that power, bro, then now you will see how good the players can really be. Because now you will see by January, United will start playing. They will start knocking everyone, bro, consistently. Right now, they're giving you glimpses of what they can do under this manager. And I like the fact that they are playing direct now and then. And I think people won't say it, but actually Everton's game was probably one of our better games. Yeah, we lost the ball a few times, but you could see Ten Hag's there.
Mm.
You could see the
There was
the
that
the, the
moments of
spaces players
one-touch
are running
football.
in. Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. So you'll see it, man. But I mean, I'm optimistic, man. For me, it's like I would like to just want to get in the top four, and that's it. And I think with this manager now, the next 3 years could be scary for the other coaches in the other teams. So,
Can
yeah.
I just want to say one thing quickly, two things. Just on something that you said earlier, in relation to just Isidore coming back to Klopp. We spoke about the rebuild. Does Liverpool need to rebuild in
Mm,
terms of players, or does Klopp need to rechange and shuffle his style of football,
mm,
slightly, all right? And then
yeah.
also the other thing is the English Football League. I think we are 2 years away of seeing quality congestion for the top in terms just of you got Ten Hag, brilliant football. You're gonna have Klopp if
Mm,
he still stays and he tweaks
mm,
his stuff. You've got Pep. You're
mm,
gonna have Eddie Howe, keep getting
mm,
money. The
Mm.
the
yeah.
type of football that's going to be played in the Premier
Mm,
League
exciting.
is
Yeah.
going to be so exciting because of the crop of style of managers today. There
Yeah.
isn't
Mm,
going to be a place for the Antonio Contes. There isn't going to be a place for the Jose Mourinho's
mm,
anymore. You've got Arteta
yeah.
at Arsenal. You're going to see 7, 8 teams that are literally going to kill each other. We're going to see four,
Mm,
five, 5-all, 6-5 games
Mm.
because
mm, mm,
of Spain. I'm being a Barcelona fan when you had Madrid and
No,
Barca when it
I
was
actually want to
Mourinho,
ask
Pep,
Ahmad that question from an
Mourinho, the
outside. Actually, that's a brilliant question.
Pep,
Actually,
Mourinho, Pep. You only saw and Simeone. Those 3 teams. You had
Mm.
3 teams playing that type of football. You're gonna have 8 teams in England playing that type of football at each other's throats.
Mm.
The Premier League is going to be. They need to just get a couple more managers in here. Tuchel needs to come back because he's not a bad
mm.
coach. He needs to coach somewhere.
Yeah, I need to come
Rumors
back.
of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pochettino taking over at Poch taking over at Wolves is on the cards. Um,
yeah.
Mm. That'll be a
you're
nice.
gonna
That'll
see
be a nice team for him,
then
actually.
if you
That'll
have
be excellent.
if you
Because
have
That'll be
why?
a nice
those
Sorry,
team for him.
eight
Wolves doesn't have a
managers,
bad team.
Yeah, they got nice
those
Wolves,
8
players.
managers
they don't.
competing about who's coming out top. Pep is not going to run away with the league anymore, but it's
Mm,
going to be exciting
mm,
with those guys that are and Potter at Chelsea. You need
mm,
Tuchel back in the Premier League. You need to have
mm,
Pochettino back in the Premier League,
mm.
competing with Howe or Teta. And then it's going to be about who has the best tactic on the day.
We
Mm.
need
Mm.
Napoli's coach in the Premier League.
but let
No,
him
no,
be
Yes,
nice.
that
Man,
means
but
just
I wait.
playing some
Ahmad,
football, bruh. Yeah,
Ahmad, what's
that means
your
just
take
playing
on
football.
everything, my bro? I wanna ask you as well. What have you made of Mbappe? Is Mbappe coming to Barcelona? Is he coming to Spain? You know what, Ollie?
Mbappe.
Let's jump into the classical thing before we even come on to Bram because I want to talk Harry Kane and Son. I'm saving Bram actually for later.
Mm.
Implication. You're gonna be in Europa soon. You're gonna join us soon, very
To
shortly,
be to
because
be
there's no
honest,
way that Inter's not gonna win victorious.
Uh, they
So
must play
what
Bayern Munich.
implication? Because I
You
mean,
must
at the
not play
beginning
Bayern
of the
Munich.
season,
Jesus.
you were dishing out, selling stuff, selling the fifth tier, fourth tier, renting out your stadium for a
yeah.
wedding and that type of thing. What have you made of it, my bro? All those players signed, you finessed the entire transfer market. Come on, Ahmad, talk to me, my G.
Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. So what is happening right now is the same thing that's happening last season. All the chances, perfect play. Look at the stats. 60% position, 70% position, 400 passes, 500 passes, 600 passes, 20
Ahmad,
shots,
Ahmad, Ahmad,
7 on
Ahmad, Ahmad,
target.
Ahmad, Ahmad, don't
No.
start. Don't give me that XG and whatever, man. Tell me of your eyes. Don't tell me about XG and you've got this many shots on goal. I care about results, my bro. Come on.
The results is not there. And that's the thing. I can't put my finger on what it is because we're doing everything right. They're not taking the chances, and it's not confidence. It's not confidence. But the problem that I have is why are we still in the Champions League, starting with Marcus Alonso, if you have somebody like Balde that's playing Jordi Alba out of his position. I'm gonna say this every week.
Why is Busquets playing ahead of Frankie de Jong?
Frankie de Jong. That's the thing. I don't understand why there is. We have so much young talent, but we're still focusing on that. These players that should come off the bench. Look at what Madrid is
Yeah.
doing. They starting Kamavinga and Chouameni, and then later on, Karius and Luka Modric comes on and they do the exact same thing 10 times better with 10 times more precision. And that's the thing. We are slowly progressing into, yes, we have Pedri, we have Gavi, but Pedri you can leave on his own. He'll do his job. But Gavi still needs that nurturing, and it's, for me, there's so many wrongs and there's so many rights at the same time. But we being in Europa League shouldn't be.
Well, you
Shouldn't
are
be.
gonna
I think I
We
think
are
I
gonna
think
be.
Barcelona's only wonderful on the front foot. That is just their thing. Like obviously I watch all their games.
Jesus, did you see that
They just
PK, the
they're
PK, the
amazing.
PK blunder? Did you see that, Oli? The PK one.
They
PK
they're
is our
amazing.
first choice defender.
They're amazing, but they have got a I think your defense is gonna cost you everything this season.
It is.
So
Look,
there's no balance. There's no balance in your defense. Because your
the
balance,
defense has always
they're
been
trying to
Barcelona's
he's
defense.
trying to balance out the midfield. But like up front, like you guys are like lethal. Like,
yeah.
but it's scary. That's your front foot play. But I do feel like if you got Frankie de Jong in the midfield there and then bring Busquets on like just to slow the game down, and to close the game off you guys, that's what you should do. But if you play Frankie, with those two lighties, bro, you guys will play more positive football. But like, and you keep better control of the ball, but you just have no balance between midfield and
That
defense, and
and
that's a big
defense.
problem.
That Oli, can I ask a question? If you bring in Frankie de Jong to play at number 6, who's gonna be the afkapper? Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
You see the thing is Barcelona and City, them all they playing, and Arsenal all they're playing position football,
I
right?
know, yeah,
So
I know what you
um
mean.
so so
I
so
can
so
hear
so
that.
teams like that don't need like two sitters, right? Because they're gonna have
Mm.
most of the ball, right? And Arsenal's probably, if I look at
Yeah, that.
across the Europe, Arsenal's playing the most smartest football, if I can put it,
Mm.
because they're playing with they basically, and I think more teams will do it next season. They'll do the inverted fullbacks coming in,
Mm.
and that's happening, and it's confusing the opposition, and if you confuse opposition all the time, you think you were marking that player, next thing you know it's someone else there. So Arsenal is for me, it's like it's like the team. Like if you want to watch genius tactical things in football and you're a coach or you want to learn something, watch Arsenal. And other teams should look at these things as well. Just look at other teams as well. So Barcelona, they could do the exact same thing because their position team, they can do the inverted because Marcus Alonso will play very well there because he's got a very good pass on him as well. So they just need one sitter. Let Gavi and the other lighty go do their business, bruh. And then you've got one sitter. But they need to balance out that defense. But you right now he's basically forced to play two sitters because the defenders are not up to scratch.
Mm.
And that's the sad part now. And that's why Real Madrid will just I actually told myself that Barcelona would probably win the league this season, but I looked at it again and they're still short. They're still not at it. So maybe
Yeah, but
maybe coming out of the Champions League will help them. I don't know.
yeah. Look, I still believe in Barcelona. Look, I wanna let's preview. Let's preview. We're jumping onto an hour. We can go on forever and a day. Let's come on to the preview. Bramster, Everton. And I'm saving this actually because I'm saving Isidro and Ahmad actually for loss. So there's method in the madness actually. But how are you feeling? You're gonna play Everton. You're probably gonna beat them. Conte is getting results like Oli alluded. I don't care about the football. What matters most is the results. It's a results driven business. Kane doing his job. And I personally feel like, I think it was Oli or you said earlier in the pod that Haaland is one of the best strikers. I think
Yeah.
Kane is up there. I think Harry Kane is up there as well, my bro. I think he's good
Nah,
technically,
I
bro.
think
He
I
can
think
drop
I
it.
think kind of short from Ireland, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think
look, but
I don't think anyone can be compete with. I think Kane you can compete now with Lewandowski. That's probably it. But
yeah,
you can't put anyone at the moment in Haaland's name with together. You can't even put Mbappe with Haaland. I think honestly the closest person who would have been to Haaland if he didn't have this case on his name and his whole team would have been Mason Greenwood. If you're talking about out and out striker, both feet.
What?
Yeah, yeah, I
nine
do
man.
think. No, no,
What?
guys. On a serious note, like, come on,
Nine man. Nine. Nine.
like on a serious note,
No.
if you
Greenwood.
had Mason Greenwood in the right system,
No.
yeah,
No.
I think if you have an deadly, bro, like finishing, we talking about finishing here.
I get that.
Yeah, but
We talking about.
Mason Greenwood at his best will never outscore Harry Kane. Full stop.
Mm.
He won't.
Uh,
He'll score. He's
I
a
think
good
he
goal
could.
scorer.
I think
Where?
he could.
Where? Harry Kane's playing in an average football team and he's almost the highest goal scorer in English football. Mason
he's
Greenwood plays
gonna
at
be
Man
the
United.
he's gonna be.
Yeah, but
If you
Mason
played
Greenwood should have.
if if you played
If he
Mason
played
Greenwood at
not at
Man
the Mason,
City. No, but if you played Mason Greenwood at Man City, Kane will still score more goals than him.
I don't think so.
I can back that up, Graham. Bram. Alan Shearer said the same thing about Harry Kane. If Harry Kane was in the City team, he would have been in the same league now as Haaland, scoring goals.
He would do the same thing. He would do
Because
and
Yeah,
remember,
yeah,
look who
yes,
played,
yes.
look who
I'm
We
played
scoring.
behind.
We're talking now about scoring goals, but I'm talking about in general striker ability, striker as a whole. Like
Harry
you
Kane
can't
has
put your
got
Haaland.
ability, bro.
Harry Kane is as slow
okay.
as Harry
What
Maguire,
does
for example.
Yeah, but he scored
he's
goals.
So
so
there's other
slow?
things.
He's
There's
so
so many
The
slow
man
things.
can drop
that he
into
has
number
scored
10 if he wants
20
to.
goals. The basic principle of a striker in the Premier League or the standard is 20 goals a season.
Yeah.
2 seasons he never completed. He finished the season. There was one season he finished in February. He scored 19 goals in February. The top goal scorer scored 27 goals was Mo Salah. He didn't even finish the season. He scored 5 times. He scored over 20 goals a season. Twice over 28
How
goals.
many was that? 10 penalties. How many penalties was that?
Uh, Check the books. What does the history say? How many goals
I
did he
think it's
score?
mostly penalties. No?
But the
Double check.
goals is there. The
Mhm.
goals is there. Okay, what is Haaland's strength besides scoring goals? He's moving the
Everything.
box. What does he actually do? Don't talk nonsense to me,
Everything.
please. Don't talk
What doesn't
nonsense.
he do?
Positioning.
What
If he
doesn't he
stops
do?
scoring goals, I
He-
tell you what, if he stops scoring goals today, he won't start for most football clubs. He won't start.
Mm.
But that's
He won't start.
come
But
on.
also,
That's
but also you must remember, look
Ollie,
who's
you are
behind
as like
coach.
Haaland.
you, as like you're
Kevin
saying.
De
As like you're
Bruyne.
saying. Take
No, no,
Mbappe's
no,
space
no,
away
no.
from him.
Is it though?
It's the same thing.
He's a coach, right, who loves good football. Well,
Mm.
take Haaland's goals away. Will he make Arsenal's first team? Stop
I
scoring
would
goals.
think.
He stops
No,
scoring goals.
no, he
Would
won't.
you
He
play
won't.
him
He
over
won't.
Jesus?
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
no ways.
Be honest,
No.
Craig. Be honest. Would you play
No,
Haaland
I
over
wouldn't.
Jesus if
If
Haaland stops
if
scoring goals
Jesus
today?
okay, is Jesus also not scoring goals or what?
Both of them are not scoring goals. Who would you still play above Haaland?
Then I'd rather play. Nah, then I'd rather play Jesus because he can offer me
No,
better
but you know
energy.
what it is,
So
Ollie?
now
Like,
again,
I get what
what
is
is
happening.
Haaland's strength other than scoring goals? What is his strength? His first touch is
Bro,
awful. His movement, all he
nah,
does,
you
he
can't
moves.
say that.
His movement is second to none. There's no one
You
in the
can
world that
say
moves
it,
better than him.
Ollie. I can
Yeah.
hear that argument actually.
There's
Okay,
nobody in the world
okay.
that
So what do you
moves better
prefer?
than him in the box.
Do you prefer someone having a bad first touch or having completely no pace?
His goals overshadows all his other inefficiencies that he has.
He can have a bad
If
touch.
you
He can
stop,
have such a
you,
bad first
but you
touch.
just
His
said now,
pace will
you
make up for it.
Ollie,
you
I
just
will
said
agree
now,
with the
you just
governor.
said
I'm
now,
sorry.
if he stopped scoring goals and he was at Arsenal, you'd play Jesus over him. Why would you play Jesus over Haaland? On what reason would you do that?
Because of the energy and the teamwork around what Jesus does without the ball. Haaland doesn't need to do that at 30.
But if he didn't score goals, he wouldn't play because he's not going. He doesn't add
But that's
anything
why
to the
that's why
attacking
that's
game.
why they bought him to score
But
goals.
that's what we're saying. If we take him to Harry Kane, you're saying he is way better. He's not way better than Harry Kane. He's not way better. There is
I'm
name
No.
a
not saying
complete
I'm not saying
name
way
a
better. I'm saying a
complete
complete
striker in
striker.
foot. then there isn't better than Harry Kane right now in world football. There isn't. He can cross, he
Nah.
can score, he can finish inside the box, outside the box. He
Then,
can
he-
score
then
with
he's
his
not a
head,
striker. Then he's a midfielder,
and
right?
he can
Or
score
what?
penalties.
But then he's a
Then,
midfielder.
then what did I tell you? Name a better number 10 in the Premier League. De Bruyne or Kane? Who's a better number 10?
But we're talking about strikers now, yeah.
Next question. Let's move on. This is
I think what
Yeah,
Bram
let's
what
move
Bram
on.
is
Let's
trying
come on
to
to the
say.
preview, man.
move.
Let's come on to the
I see where
preview.
Bram's coming from. I see where Bram's coming from. I think what he's trying to say is the complete player that Harry Kane is, and the amount of things that he can do compared to what Haaland can do.
But we're not
Haaland
talking
is
about the
position.
complete play. We're talking about a complete striker. Harry Kane is more midfielder than a striker. We're talking about a striker here now.
Put Harry Kane in the attacking midfielder position. What is he gonna do?
Exactly.
He has the
Because he's
vision.
a
He has
more
the pulse.
because
Put Harry. Put
because
Haaland in that
because
same position.
he's a because he's a more midfielder than a striker. That is what coaches have done with him now. Marino did it with him because he saw he's got a pass, he's got this. Haaland doesn't need to do that because he's a striker. Back in the days, we never really had strikers that fucking went back and played passes the way they did. We didn't. We had a
Okay,
striker.
Ollie,
He's a
Ollie,
striker.
Ollie,
He's
Ollie,
scoring goals.
Ollie, can I
Before his
interject?
injuries.
Can I give you
No,
a
let me,
perfect example?
before,
Can I give you a
before you,
perfect example?
okay.
Okay, now you go before I go because I'm going to
Before
give you an
his ankle
example of one of
injury,
his
before his
players
ankle
actually.
injury, that took away his speed. Who scored
Yeah.
more goals than him in the Premier League every season?
Salah.
No, remember Salah only came after his injury.
Oh, okay.
Nobody scored more
Mm,
goals than Harry Kane in the Premier League,
mm.
right?
Exactly.
Who got the closest to Ronaldo and Messi's record for fastest goals in
Harry
the
Kane.
Champions League?
Yeah, Harry
Kane.
Kane.
Mm.
After his injury, he couldn't move
Harry
anymore like
Kane.
he can't now. So what did you have to do? He needed to drop further back. And what does he
Yeah.
still do? Still scores more goals than everybody else. Who is more complete? Who is
Mm.
more complete?
Harry Kane.
Um, Ollie,
Is
But
that the
Ollie,
wrong
but
Ollie, a
club?
perfect
but
example.
Is that the
Ollie,
wrong club?
your question wasn't who's the more complete player. That wasn't the question. You guys are changing the question now. We were speaking about a striker. We a player and a striker. So if you ask me a player and ask me a striker, these are different questions.
No.
It's two
Whether you
different
put him
questions.
as a striker, whether you put him as a player.
As a,
No,
Haaland is
I'll
not
say a player.
in either. Now I'm telling you both. Striker, right now, Haaland is the best in the world. Is he way streets ahead of Kane as a striker? No, he isn't.
no.
But no one said that.
Player, as a player, Haaland is not on the same level as Harry Kane as a player.
But no one
Mm.
disagreed on
So
that
that
either.
makes Kane the complete striker, complete player.
Okay.
Je vangt het aan, Ollie. Je vangt
no,
het aan.
look, I'll give you a perfect example. Look at Ronaldo. Ronaldo came as a winger. He had to adapt to a striker. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's come into the preview.
Either way, it's both. That's the thing. Either way, Ronaldo's both. Was he the greatest striker ever? We don't know. He goes in the league of Pele and Messi. They go in that category. Greatest winger ever? I think Ronaldo is in the top two ever of football as the greatest wingers. Full stop.
Facts.
Both
Let's
categories.
come on to the weekend. Where should we start? Bram, do you want to take the Everton one? Should we go Liverpool,
God.
Man City? Should we go El Clasico?
Okay.
Should we go
If Son,
United, Newcastle? You guys decide.
I'll go first. I'll go first. If Son is at his best, we win. If Son isn't, do not be surprised if Spurs Everton is a draw.
Yeah, it could be a draw. Eh? Geez, for some
Wow.
reason.
Ah,
You guys
Spurs.
gave,
Wow.
you guys gave a
I
lot out
respect-
on,
I
on,
respect-
on, Thursday,
They,
on
they're
Wednesday.
killing Everton.
I have
They're
respect
killing
for
They're
Everton,
killing
man. I have
Everton.
respect for them. They
Look,
even-
Bram,
Nah,
as,
you're killing them.
as
they-
good
they-
as
they-
Everton are
they-
playing now, no, I still say Spurs 2-0.
You see, my
Yeah, I think
problem is,
Conte's
man,
defense are also good, so I
we
think
don't
Spurs will lose.
create, man. We wait on your mistake, and then we are going to capitalize.
I'm ungrateful.
Bram, you guys are scoring, you guys are winning. That's
Rams are grateful, but he's a grateful.
I
He's
mean,
most one of the most ungrateful players.
you see, my philosophy and my views, right? If you have got a person now that can adapt to different things, then you can say you will win or you have a good chance, right? Look at Arsenal. They can either go direct, they can play one touch football now, they can play two touch, are going to win. Ahmed, your Barcelona team at the best, they could be direct, they could literally just do that. They could defend and still come out and score 2 goals.
Mm.
Spurs cannot create a goal. It has to be about we get in behind you. You lost the ball, we get in behind you, and we attack, and you are 3v2 at the back. If that doesn't happen and you sit 5 at the back or 4 at the back, you're gonna go home with a point against Spurs. There's nothing's gonna threaten you. And that's
Take
my
care, but
problem with our football.
Yeah, but
take
but
care,
but
Bram.
Bram, you guys don't let goals coming easily either, you know. So
Where
I
we've
mean,
only
like
kept
But
2 clean
why more
sheets.
than
the,
two goals?
the way Liverpool are playing now, no, I would be in your case. I would suffice for anything, maybe.
Yeah, but
It
Exactly,
doesn't
because
Bram,
matter
you're
if
right.
it's
because
the
because
last
you
minute
know,
goal or it's a tap-in or whatever.
yeah,
Goal is
but
a
you
goal.
know,
Like you
Isidore,
say over the
your
line.
team, once they start putting 4 or 5 games together, the way we are playing now, they will automatically transition into the Liverpool that Klopp was at his strongest, right?
Yes.
And they're
Yes.
going to steamroll everybody. This is our best that we are playing. This is our best. Now, what are we going to transition into?
Mm.
What are we going to transition into? There isn't a transition. This is our best.
Mm.
I can't see us, honestly speaking, and I'm going to say this now. I'm fearing Spurs making top 4.
Sure. That's a statement.
I'm fearing top 4, and I'm a Spurs fan.
That's a massive
Why?
one, bro.
There is nothing that shows me that Spurs can go they 2-3 gears off from their best. Spurs are in their top gear at the moment. And any of you tell me, do you like what you are seeing? Are you scared of playing Spurs with this football that we are playing? David, you
Me as
call
a
this
Yes.
1986 old school football. Where's he
Now,
gonna go with his
why
tactics?
come to me?
Right? No, no, no.
take your
But that is
Bram.
facts what you were
Look,
saying.
look at it
Take
like
your
this.
Bram for.
I'm scared of playing you at your ground, Bram. I'm scared of playing you at
Yeah,
your ground. That's the thing.
exactly.
Because we will
I
play into
I don't
your
know.
hands. The same like at the end of
I
last
agree.
season.
I agree with David. I currently now, Bram. I'm fearing. Like I told David also, I fear playing also now. And look what happened. And that is my words coming out of my mouth now, my bro. I'm fearing playing Spurs. But like I said, just games after the City game, I hope we build up and get confidence and get into our own rhythm up until that game. When you're gonna play you guys away.
Fair enough. Let's so much jump. Let's so much thought there by Liverpool. Bram, before we jump on, your prediction for Everton
Like I
Spurs,
said,
please give it to me.
Son's on fire. 2-0 Spurs. If he is not firing, 2-2 draw.
I
Calvin
can't see
Lewin is back.
Everton getting
Calvin
anything, man.
Lewin is
Bram,
back.
if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
No, 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 no,
Bram,
no.
I'm
Calvin,
asking for
Calvin.
your prediction. I'm not asking no if buts or
I'm
maybe.
saying, okay, 2-1 Spurs. 2-1. I'm gonna try and be
Here
positive.
we
2-1
go. That's
Spurs.
all I wanted. Why did you have to make it? Why did you have to turn it into a fashion show?
Now because my
Is
heart
it
is in
all?
2 places, guys.
I
Yes.
Bram,
know,
you're right.
man, doing the usher thing, doing the usher thing. Is it all? Let's talk City and Liverpool before we come on to the El Clasico game. Before we
Ah,
come on to that.
You're gonna moor Liverpool.
yo, David, that that game, I don't know. All I can say is positive result in Glasgow, 7-1. City, on the other hand, drew up 0-0. Apparently, Haaland had a muscle injury, and now all of a sudden he recovered for this game. So, so for me, that game. Look, my heart.
Look at that
I'm
laugh.
saying,
Look at that laugh, man.
what now?
My bro,
That's a fucking
my bro.
evil laugh. It's like Joker, my bro.
He didn't need Haaland to play. He
Yo,
didn't
I'm
need.
gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that one.
He didn't.
Yo,
He didn't. Haaland didn't need to play, bro. They already through the next round.
Yeah, I know, but that is what Pip said. So
That's mind change.
I'm just
That's mind change,
positive
bro.
there. But yeah, but anyway, uh, I would like for a draw at best. But I must commend Gomez on his performance at right back because he was actually doing a better job than what Trent is doing. Also, Konate for me is also a plus because I would start him on Sunday as well against City. I don't know
You know
how
what?
far
Theodore,
much.
Isidore, do you know what will save Liverpool season? Is if they play with a back three.
Yeah, but we already spoke about that
We
also.
spoke
We
about
are
that
playing.
already.
Yeah, we spoke about that when you weren't on the show or you just got up. But yeah, look, uh, A 1-1 draw for us. That is what my hatred, but I think that City's gonna win this game 2-1.
I'm going for you guys to beat them. Honestly, I don't know. You guys can kill me next week. Ahmad, how do you see City and Liverpool going before we come on to the Classical? Ahmad still
How
with
much
me.
froze they? That one for
So
Did he
I
freeze?
mean, they
drama for
don't fire
I,
you.
I,
Yeah,
drama
I'm
for
he
gonna
all.
is.
I'm going with
Yeah.
a
Anyways,
3-2. I'm going 3-2 City.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go 3-2
Going
City.
3-2, man. I just saw a little bits in Liverpool. Jota's back. Um, I think Salah with that goal in it, hat trick. You know, um, is it there still? Is it still there? So yeah, City
Check
maybe
up,
for the win, but
check up for me also, no. Everybody's talking about Salah. What do you guys think about Firmino, me bro? That man is scoring goals. It's under the radar.
you need to give
It's
him a
actually
contract,
made
bro.
an
He's
analyst.
the system, my
yeah,
G.
But bro, check it, David. That
Bobby
bro,
is the
everybody's saying Salah,
system.
Salah,
He's better than Harry
Salah
Kane.
contract. Man, I contract. What about that man's contract, bro?
yeah.
This
I'm
guy
not even Harry
loves
Kane's
it.
biggest fan, Ollie.
Yeah.
I'm not even Kane's biggest fan, but give him the due.
Anyways, what did I not get on to? Newcastle United? I'm going 3-0 United, actually.
I'm going 3-1 United.
Remy?
I'm actually going um 2-2 draw. Tell
Yeah,
me
it's a
quickly, is
draw as
Callum
well.
Wilson is Wilson
Definitely,
injured? Is Wilson
it's
injured? Is
definitely a
Callum
draw,
Wilson
Bram. I agree
injured?
with you.
No,
No,
he's
he's
not in.
back. He's
He,
back. Him and
he's not.
Maximum. Nah, we know
He's up.
him.
Are they back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going 2-2 draw.
2-1 Newcastle.
Enough.
Hey, I'm a there.
Here
The
we go.
madness
He's
is
back.
there.
There he's back. Isidore, before we jump into the Classical, we have 9 minutes left. Isidore, how about you?
Since I have to
United,
go, I have to go in the
Newcastle.
shop and I have to go. I have to go to the
No,
stadium.
love for the
So,
love, bro. Enjoy. Love for the
wait,
love.
short hours.
Love for
Safe
jumping
Ollie.
on, my brother.
Check
Bless.
it, David. I go for a 1-1 draw, me bro. Newcastle United
1-1.
1-1.
2-1 Newcastle, definitely.
I just feel me. There's something in Newcastle.
Yeah.
I don't know what, me bro. Yes, it's boiling, me bro. It's gonna burst.
But you see the way do you see how fast they are
Anyway,
playing and quick and they are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they a scary team, bro.
yeah, bruh, yo. I don't know.
And Kieran
I
Trippier
still
is
feel you guys are
reminding
gonna
us
beat
of
them.
Trent Alexander a couple of years ago. 'Cause
Mm.
everything Trippier touches is an assist and a goal.
Mm.
I think he
Facts.
guys.
I couldn't agree with
I
that
think
more.
I think
Ahmad,
he's putting his hand up to
Yes,
start in the World
I'm
Cup now.
having technical difficulties, but I'm here. I'm trying my best to be here.
now, but Bram said, I think England do. You as an England fan, Bram, England do
Yeah,
have a couple of right back problems, but Trippier's putting his hand up easily to be in that squad, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
And I
definitely.
think that's also your Spurs bias coming in there because he played. I love.
Nah,
Ahmad,
let's
give
give
me
Ahmad
your
also
Yes.
your
some time.
close
Yeah,
note, my bro. Yeah, let's give Ahmad. Let's talk Classico, my bro. How do you see this one
Woo.
going?
Us winning, definitely.
And score.
is it at the
Where is the
Bernabeu
game? Is
or
it at the Bernabeu or
It's
is
at
it
the
at the Nou
Bernabeu.
Camp?
it's
It's
at
at
their
the
place? At
Bernabeu.
their place. They're
At
not
Real
doing too
Madrid.
good. They're not doing
Yeah,
too
it's
too
at
too
the Santiago
exceptionally
Bernabeu. It's
well,
at
eh?
Madrid.
They're not doing too good. Madrid.
How do you mean, Abre?
Like just they've had a couple of draws, isn't it? I mean, normally they are they are on their own patch. They are they don't really lose much, but they've had a couple of games where they haven't been on top form, especially at home.
Mm.
Um, I'm just
I
going on the
got
commentary on the Champions League game the other night. The commentators were saying that um they're not as convincing as what they were last year. They're winning games on individual brilliance these days.
But
Mm.
you see, Barry,
But
remember,
that's the thing about
this
El
is Classico,
Clasico.
no?
Form
This is El
doesn't matter.
Clasico. Yeah, exactly.
Form doesn't matter. We've had El Clasicos where Madrid and Barcelona were both coming in bad form and they win
Mm.
the game. We had a situation where Madrid was the worst off coming to El Clasico, smash us, and then after that just be terrible again.
Yeah.
El Clasico form doesn't matter,
Mm.
So you see, Bram,
and it's
I can
gonna be
also.
down to the battle of the midfields. That is the battle. We both have lethal front threes, but the midfield is going to be responsible for that front three to be lethal.
Yeah.
If Chouameni and Camavinga do the thing, Benzema and whoever else is going to do their thing. But I think what give
Mm.
us the upper hand is the fact where I feel more confident is that they don't have Courtois. That second keeper is
Yeah.
bad. It's like playing amateur mode on FIFA. And man can't save a ball to save his life.
Why was that
And
brother in the Champions League final, bro? Yes.
look, that Lennon is bad. He's bad, and I think that's gonna give the upper hand because you're gonna need something special to stop liver shots.
Mm.
That's the thing, and that brother doesn't
Prediction,
look like he can
prediction, my
do it.
brother. Give me your prediction.
3-1 Barcelona.
Sure.
Wow.
We've slashed
Ahmad,
them
I love
4-0
you and I love Bart. Yeah, you did. You did smash them 4 last year.
in the last
Yeah.
two.
I
So
love you and I love Barcelona as well, but I gotta give it to my boy Benzi. I'm gonna go 2-0 Madrid. Premi, how you feeling?
ooh,
I'm going to. I have not watched an El Clasico for a period. I feel it's the same as Chiefs Pirates. It's just overplayed too much. So I'm going to be
ain't that?
honest, but I am going to watch it this time. And I've always had a soft spot for Barca because Maradona played for them. So I'm going to go with Barca to win the game. I don't know about the score, but I want Barca to win.
Fair enough. Look, you
Definitely.
know what? That's a good question that you raised. Actually, that just came up to my mind. Is this still the biggest game in football? What is the biggest game in football then, if not this one? Is it the one Ahmad? I'll start with you guys before me and Bram go.
Look.
I think obviously, and I'll just like any rivalry, the what made El Clasico big over the recent years was the Messi Ronaldo, but the
Yeah.
outside still makes it's still a lot of politics. I still see it as the biggest. It's got a lot more involved. It's politics that makes it more bigger than what football is, and for them to be on the top at the best for so many years. I mean, you've got arguably the best team in Europe, which is Real Madrid, and Barca with all the accolades coming. We're not the best in Europe, I know, but I mean we've been there for a number of years, and for season in season out for these teams to be at that level, and to produce. I mean, we hardly see an El Clasico ending in a draw, and it's
Bro,
nail biting stuff,
I can agree with that.
season in,
Isidore, what
season
is
out.
your
It's
biggest game
either
in football?
It's always Liverpool United. Always, bro.
I also lean that way actually. Bram,
Yeah, I think the Liverpool United game still holds that mantle. And I think El Clasico
mm,
it's just played so much that you tend to forget the good games or what stands out. It's like Chiefs Pirates, not competing, but just it's like that game is played so many times.
mm,
I'll say game Liverpool United biggest derby in the world right now.
Mm.
Spurs Arsenal.
Yeah. Agree.
yeah, I'll agree with
It's
that. But
biggest
anyway,
biggest
since we've
biggest
come to
derby.
the no, I'd go with that
Yeah.
easily, easily. I'd go with the North London derby. But anyways, final thoughts, Ahmad, before we jump off, my bro.
like I said, it's going to be a battle of midfields. I feel very confident only because Lunin is in that polls. If it was Courtois, I would have told you I don't know. But because Lunin is in that polls and we are creating chances, I think that is I feel a lot more confident. But my worry is my defense. We got Kunde back. They said Kunde is back, So that is a
Mm.
plus for me. But if we are gonna start Marcus Alonso, I'm gonna be pissed already. We cannot play with Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso is not done enough to show me that he is what he was at Chelsea. Jordi Alba, fine. Experience. I get it. Play Jordi Alba, fine. But Balde is a player that is just wow. He does what Jordi Alba does on a faster pace. He pushes up, he tracks back, his balls in, he's brilliant. He's got a couple assists for the seasons already. Just from that, it's we need to play Balde. I don't want to see Pique. He's the Spanish version of Harry Maguire, to be honest. I don't want to see him, but I got a feeling we're gonna play Christensen. We have to play Kunde and we have to play Christensen. I don't want to play Christensen. If I could have Araujo, by all means. But it's gonna have to be Kunde and Christensen. I think we're gonna have more solid. But PK, I don't want to see him near that first team. Unfortunately, he's not what he is. We need somebody that from the back to control the ball and play it out. PK can't even do that anymore. He
I'm
used to do
to
it. He can't.
compare it man to Maguire. Nah, my bro.
Nah,
Yo, my bro, man said Maguire, my bro. Man said Maguire, but nah, say no more. Is it your final thoughts, my brother?
Yeah, bro. Like I told you, when it was just you and me and Bram, long time on the show. Yeah, it's a Saturday. I know we all are busy in the week, and if there's no pot, then it's due to ESCOM. But love for the love to jump on. A little,
I like the
little.
Saturday pod, David. This was good. Sorry, even though sorry.
No, no, that's fine. And also, to all the Liverpool fans, look, turn up. We have been in a good seasons. Let us stand behind the team. Don't worry about what is happening now. We are gonna get back to our best. In Klopp, I hear people saying, "Yeah, you must sack Klopp." I don't know what what are you guys smoking, because that man alone has brought Liverpool a lot of success. You can't just base him on this season alone. Yeah, I made mistakes, but back to Bra, I backed Liverpool all my life already. I've gone through much worse than this, and still I'm standing proud Liverpool fan.
Say none, say nothing. Love for the love, my bro. Like that saying, Premi, close us out, my brother. Close us out, my G.
I'm just there's some interesting games to see. I want to see if this is the end of Brendan Rodgers. Um,
Yeah,
this weekend. But yeah, look, Arsenal. I hope you guys continue delivering good football. The way you are. And just yeah, lastly for me, just the viewers, join us on a Saturday, man. When we I think maybe the sport Saturdays is. It's the same as like too because now you're in football mode
Do
now.
you
I
like
think we're
it? Do
all
you like
excited
it?
now.
Yeah,
Somebody told me
I
Yeah, I
like
yesterday,
this
think we're
stuff.
all ready
somebody
now.
told
We're
me you
ready
should
now
actually
for
do
the
it more
game.
on a Saturday instead of during the week. I'm not gonna lie to you. Somebody told me in this week you should rather do your part on a Saturday morning before the
mm,
prim
Yeah,
start
because
actually.
now
I
I
like
don't
I'm
know how
this.
you
super
guys
ready
I
feel
for
like
about it.
this.
the
I
Palace
like
game
this.
now. No, it's
You
Palace
like it?
first. Is it Palace somebody first
Definitely.
now?
Yeah, Palace play
Um,
first,
let,
yeah.
let
Yeah,
me. Is it Palace first?
yeah.
I think it's Palace is first up
Palace and
today.
Leicester, I
Mm.
think, if I'm not
Palace
mistaken.
Leicester.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
Palace and
yeah, yeah,
Leicester,
yeah,
yeah.
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I
At
still
that
like
is.
my midweek one Premier. I still like it, but anyway, each to their own.
I'm keen to get Ahmed on because I'm a Barca fan. I want to hear his views. We did the show again. Top five players, top five moments, goals, and whatever. As a Barca fan, maybe he can give us some nostalgia down the road. So maybe a midweek one again. Get the
Yep,
guys on, and
I'm
we
up for it.
you know
Yep.
because he might
Yeah,
give us
no,
some
we can do
some
it.
things. Because I actually wanted to shock Ollie in our
Mm.
last time we did that. When you asked me why do I say Harry Kane's not in my top five Spurs players of all time? Um, so when he comes on again, we'll do it again, and I'll give you guys again
Mm.
why I say he's not top five of all time.
Nah, we
But I think
will do it.
Saturday,
I can
next week
guarantee
Saturday will be a good
you there's gonna
Saturday pod is good before the game.
hella content coming up for. No, Len, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm done. I'm finished.
Go ahead.
No, I said
You sure?
I'm excited. If we hear next week Saturday again, this is good, man. This puts you in the
Definitely.
mood for the weekend's games.
You know what? If you guys give me that positive feedback, I appreciate it. Just to jump on that, there's gonna be hella content coming while the World Cup is on. Hence why I don't have my backgrounds, I don't have my logo up there. So yeah. But love for the love, gents. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. I mean, it's been what hour and we're going for 2 hours right now, and love for the love. Ahmad, the man called you out, and we need to do that. We need to do that show. I actually want to get all of you guys studio or wherever,
Get
but
Ty
we're gonna
involved as
work on
well.
it. But
Even
once again,
The West Ham fan, Davey, the West Ham fan.
hi,
If you,
choice.
yeah, the guys from different clubs, man, so that we can hear, you know, them giving also us their top fives. Because we might see things differently, and the viewers might learn something also, something new, man.
No facts. I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like from me, for a personal perspective, I learned a lot about Spurs since I met you. Like all the years, I
Mm,
always only
mm.
looked at
I've
Spurs
always
in
wanted to meet
one
a true
direction.
Spurs fan. I've always wanted to meet a
Yeah,
true Spurs fan.
and
So I've learned a lot because you don't get
I
a lot
look at
here,
Liverpool
unfortunately.
in a different way
Yeah,
because of
definitely.
Isidore,
Peace, though.
Saroni, whoever. Same with United, same with you, Ahmad. I now know two Barcelona fans, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do some mad content. But yeah, people, enjoy the day. Slap a like, please, 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 please.
See
Slap
you
likes. I
guys.
don't want subscribers anymore. Slap likes. Likes, get it out there. It's DVD, it's Hotspur, Bram, it's Isidore, it's Ahmad, and we are out of here. Bless.
See ya. Yo, apologies for the technical difficulties. It was
I
crazy.
no worries, bro. I had fucking technical difficulties in the beginning, also, so don't even stress it, my G.
My ISP, which
Love
is
for
who I
jumping
work
on
for,
though, man.
it's fine.